Okay, here we are in lesson 28, and in front of you, you can see we have some milk. We have 3 1-gallons and we have 2 1-quarts. So our challenge for this afternoon, is to represent all of this milk using only quarts or using only gallons. All right, think about what you worked on in lesson 27. And I want you to maybe write some notes down, think about this. How can you represent it all with gallons or all with quarts? One or the other. They're both going to work. You're just going to pick which one you want to do. Okay, work on that now. Maybe this would help you out. 1 gallon is equal to 4 quarts. Okay, about 1 more minute to work on that. Let me show you one more thing that could help you out here. 1 gallon is 4 quarts. Okay, and I hope you did some thinking about how you could figure that out. Let me show you some possible things you might have thought about. 3 gallons and 2 quarts is equal to 14 quarts. How did we come up with that? Well, 3 gallons and 2 quarts. So how many quarts are in 1 gallon, right? So we expand it out. 3 times 1 gallon is equal to 3 times 4 quarts, right? We substitute these two. 1 gallon and 4 quarts is the same amount, so 3 times 4 is 12 quarts. And then we just add on the 2 quarts that we already had, so that makes 14 quarts, all right? Then what if you did it the other way? Okay, here's the other way. 3 gallons and 2 quarts is equal to 3 2/4 gallons. So let's see, 3 gallons and 2 quarts. We're going to change it to gallons, so all we need to do is change our 2 quarts, right? So we expand it out, 2 times 1 quart. Then we have to think to ourselves, well, 1 quart is equal to how much of a gallon? There's 4 quarts in a gallon, so 1 quart is 1/4 of a gallon, and these two are the same amount, right? So 2 times 1/4 is 2/4, and that means that it's 3 2/4 of a gallon. Now this one is not quite finished. Let's pick up our pen over here, and let's think about 2/4 of a gallon, right? That would also be 3 5/10 of a gallon, because 2/4 is the same as 1/2, right? And 5/10 is the same as 1/2. So we're doing quite a bit of conversions here between fractions and decimals. Okay, so 3 5/10 of a gallon. Now, if that is confusing to you or you have any questions about that, make sure that you ask, right? You can always ask for help with any of this information. Just let me know what you need. Okay, awesome job. So let's look at this equation. 3 2/4 is equal to 14 quarts. 3 2/4 gallons is equal to 14 quarts. And we just proved that this was true, right? Because we converted our conversion that we had up here, right? Okay, nice job. And then we talked about how 3 2/4 in decimal form is the same as 3 5/10, right? And our last equation that we have to look at is 3 5/10 gallons is equal to 14 quarts. And we know that is true because we just changed it to 3.5 gallons and also 14 quarts. So when you're talking about measurement, you could change everything to the smaller one, right? 14 quarts. Or you could change everything to the bigger one. When you change to the smaller one, your number is going to get larger because there's more quarts in a gallon, right? Each gallon is 4 quarts. So you see how here you have your 4 quarts, that makes 12, plus 2 more, that makes 14. When you change to the bigger amount, right, a gallon is larger, as we were looking at our gallons here, right? A gallon of milk is larger. So that's when you're going to have a decimal or a fraction amount because our quart is 1/4 of a gallon. Okay, awesome. So today we're going to be converting customary measurements involving decimals. Customary measurements are also sometimes called standard measurements. That is what we use here in America. In measurement, we use inches, feet, yards, miles. In capacity, we use cups, pints, quarts, gallons. And in weight, we use ounces and pounds. So some of those are all standard, right? Metrics are all going to end in meters, liters, and weight would be grams, right? Okay, so you want to get those straight in your mind. Today we're working on customary. All right, and I have a funny video for you. Here we go. First birthday party.
Do you see the duck? Be gentle.
Be gentle. Oh, he touched him.
All right. See you in the next video.